Christmas time in the Motor City. It wasn't party time, although they thought it was, in Jerry's world, because when DeMarco Murray went in for a touchdown, the Cowboys led the Packers 26-3. It was over. Here come the Pack. But when Des Bryant made this catch in the fourth quarter between two Packers, Dallas was out in front by 12 again, 36-24. But then Green Bay has scored a touchdown to pull within 5. Cody Romo, picked off by Sam Shields. Packers ball midfield, setting up the drive. Did Eddie Lacy finish? They didn't get the two-point conversion, but they got the lead. 37-36. And then, come on, man, Treman Williams. Mike McCarthy says, how about that? We were down 26-3, and we just tied the biggest comeback in Packer history, down 23 points in 1982 with Lynn Dickey and Jefferson and Lofton and Kaufman and those guys. And the Cowboys, it was the second biggest blown lead ever that they had, a 23-point blown lead. So, look, Cowboys, they're 500 again. Tom's talked about it for about the last 16 years. They're 500 last year. They're 500 the year. What has to change big picture moving forward? Not talking even about XO in their remaining two games here, Chris.
Well, nothing's going to change in Dallas, man. I mean, I don't know why we keep pondering like something.
Because they're Dallas.
Okay, well, let me tell you what they are, okay? They're like when you go through the drive-thru and they ask you want number 2, you want it jumbo size or super size? They are super sorry, Boom. I'm talking about sorry. They're a sorry football team. They're a sorry outfit, and I don't even know why we have great expectations for them. Like, they are sorry. Now, not sorry like I'm sorry I talked to you that way. Sorry as in performance. Like, and I don't expect it to change. You know, I don't expect it to get any better. I don't expect Jerry and them to come up with any type of, this is what Jerry's doing right now. It's going to be that way for a long time.
Jerry's on this team for 25 years. I was against him being on the sideline. I already thought he was too involved with the football team and not just the day-to-day workings, but what was happening on the field. I've changed my mind. He needs to be on the sideline. He understands if you have a 23-point lead, whether you ought to be running the ball. He understands from the history of Tony Romo that we certainly could do better in calling our plays at the end of the game. He understands having the worst defense in football, so if you give more possessions to the other team, that you're going to eventually lose because they're going to score a lot. So those things that he can control on the sideline or at least contribute to, you know, whisper in Jason Garrett's ear, you know, when we get halfway through the third quarter. Hey, the other guy, our running backs were averaging 8.5 yards a carry. Maybe you'd like to run the ball so that we can end the game quickly and go home. I won't have to answer all these questions. I really do. I think he should be more involved with the football team because evidently a lot of people don't understand what they ought to be doing.
Well, forget about this kid. Give the chain of command a chance to work, okay? Whatever. I wrote all this down. This is good stuff. Hire good people. Put them in the best position you can to succeed. Surround them with good people. Empower them to get the job done. Don't second guess them. And if they can't get the job done, replace them.
Coach, I got something written down. In 4 of their 7 losses this season, the Cowboys blew a double-digit lead.
Come on, man.
Those are games that should be won. Those are games that should be won.
Well, Boom, as you said, I think that Jerry Jones, has to start all over again.
Oh, no.
No, start all over again, like when he bought the team. Hire somebody that has some authority. Just take a step back. Bring in some coaches that know how to coach. Okay, they can get these players that you drafted to respond.
So you guys think they got good players?
No, I didn't. But a good coach, CC, can get more out of the players than what they get.
Good enough to get a double-digit lead.
You know that. He has to bring in a coach he has to bring in a guy like a Jimmy Johnson, a Bill Parcells. That's the only time he really has to play.
Where is that guy? But you can control. They just gave Romo 55. No, ain't no control. You just gave a dude 55 million G's guaranteed. 55 million G's. Now what you gonna do with me? You gonna let me make mistakes and you can't say nothing to me after the game? Oh, it's my fault. We know it's your fault.
You think Jimmy Johnson will allow Romo to do some of those things? Or even
I believe
those days are over with, man.
That type of guy,
Dan Jones is not hiring no one else to tell him what to do.
he needs to.
Call him. You got his number. Call him.
Let me
And see what he's gonna say.
see if I can get Steven or Jerry on the line, man.
Well, while you do that, why don't we tell everyone that despite the gloom and doom, and believe me, they control their own destiny. It's fun to say. Despite they could be at Washington, home.
And that's the scary part, man.
They could win the division, whatever that means. They can.
That's the scary part.
Well, no, they can. Why can't they? Can't they win 51 to 50?
Yeah.
Well, meanwhile, there's other stuff stirring in Dallas, stirring in Green Bay. We bring back Morton Adam. We're already working on tomorrow's show.
Well, thanks very much. Everybody saw Cowboys wide receiver Dez Bryant walk off the field in the closing minutes of Sunday's dispiriting loss to the Green Bay Packers. You saw the sideline tirade. You saw him walk off with 1 minute and 21 seconds left. Dez Bryant told reporters today he left the field early so nobody would see him cry. He also apologized twice for the incident, said it would not happen again. He would not be walking off the field later on. And as it turns out, as our Edward reported, he was only following the Cowboys owner, Jerry Jones, up the tunnel.
And Mike McCarthy, the Packers coach, said when he met with his medical staff and coaches today to discuss injured players, the name of Aaron Rodgers never came up. But he did clarify that Rodgers will be reevaluated on Wednesday, and then Dr. Patrick McKenzie, who's been in charge of Rodgers' destiny as far as playing, will make a determination whether Rodgers can finally return to the field. The Packers play the Steelers this coming week at Lambeau Field.
Or if the Dallas Cowboys actually beat the Washington Redskins at 1 o'clock on Sunday, that will render the Eagles game against the Bears that night meaningless in the standings. It would mean that the Eagles would be playing the Dallas Cowboys for the NFC East title in Week 17, no matter what happened with the Eagles. But Chip Kelly said today that will have no impact on the way he approached this game, how much he plays his players. They will be out there whether the Cowboys win or lose early on.
And everybody is, well, not everybody is asking, when are we going to see Josh Freeman again? Well, unless Matt Castle